Picture this. You come home after a long day. You open the door and see clothes draped over a chair, dirty dishes on the table, a stack of papers slowly creeping towards the edge. Some people would shrug it off and go straight to bed, but you physically can't relax. You start folding, wiping, putting things away, and only when the last item finds its place do you finally exhale. Why is it that for some people, mess is just background noise, while for others it's a source of actual physical discomfort? The answer isn't about being neat. It's about how your brain is wired. Loving order is rarely about aesthetics. It's about control. Life is unpredictable. Conflicts at work, tension in relationships, news you can't ignore. Your brain is constantly processing things you can't change. And at some point, it starts searching for something, anything that you can control 100%. That's why, after a particularly stressful day, you suddenly find yourself sorting books by color or arranging dishes so all the handles face the same direction. This isn't procrastination, it's stabilization. Psychologists call this compensatory control. When the external world feels chaotic, people instinctively seek out areas where they can restore a sense of order. You can't influence your boss's decision, but you can make sure every cable on your desk is neatly coiled, and for a few minutes, your nervous system gets the message. At least here, everything's under control. For you, clutter isn't just a visual nuisance. It's a constant alarm signal, an unfinished task, an incomplete chore, an object out of place. Your nervous system registers this as a reminder. Something's not done. You might not consciously notice it, but your body knows. Your shoulders are slightly tense. Your breathing's a bit faster. Research confirms it. Visual clutter raises cortisol levels, your stress hormone, especially in people with high sensitivity to stimuli. Here's an example. You sit down to work. Nearby, a stack of old magazines, a coffee cup with dregs still in it, a phone charger lying somewhere off to the side. You try to focus, but part of your attention keeps snagging on these objects. Not because you're nitpicky, but because your brain processes every visual element as a potential task. And when you finally clear it away, your shoulders drop. Your breathing slows. Your thoughts stop racing. That's physiology at work. Unlike long-term goals, finishing a project, learning a language, cleaning delivers results immediately. You wipe down a counter. It's clean. You fold clothes. They're folded. And every time you complete a micro task, your brain releases dopamine. A small hit, but enough to feel satisfaction. That's why sometimes it's easier to tackle a closet than start a complex work project. The closet gives you instant results. The project, only weeks later. People who love organizing often break it into small steps. Not clean the entire apartment, but organize one drawer, then another. Each drawer is a small win. And a series of small wins builds momentum. Organizing often becomes a way to let go of the past. Every time you sort through your things, you make decisions. Keep this, toss that. And behind each decision is something bigger than just an object. An old t-shirt you haven't worn in 3 years but can't throw away. A gift from someone you no longer speak to. A book you bought when you thought you'd become someone different. By discarding these, you're not just clearing space. You're telling yourself, that version of me doesn't exist anymore, and that's okay. That's why decluttering can be emotionally heavy, even tearful. You're not just tidying up, you're revisiting your own history. Psychologists call this symbolic substitution. We attach emotions to objects, and by letting go of the object, we allow ourselves to release the emotion. For many, organizing is meditation in motion. You're not sitting still, you're moving, folding, wiping, and in that rhythm, something settles. Your hands are busy, your mind focuses on a simple task. Thoughts that usually spin endlessly suddenly slow down. This is especially important for people with anxious minds. Sitting in silence is hard. Thoughts only accelerate. But when your hands are doing something, anxiety backs off. Neuroscientists call this a flow state. When your attention is fully absorbed in the process, but without strain, you're just here, wiping this shelf, folding these books. Your space is a mirror of your internal state. When everything's in order, your inner voice says, "You've got this. You're in control of your life." When there's chaos around you, it says, "You're falling behind. You're losing control." Organizing becomes a way to shift that internal dialogue. You clean a room, and the inner voice changes tone. Not because cleanliness equals success, but because the act of caring for your space is an act of caring for yourself. Through action, you're telling yourself, I deserve order, I deserve calm, and your brain hears it. For some, organizing is also creative expression. How you arrange books, the angle of a plant. These are choices through which you create a space that reflects you. Isn't about perfection. It's about expressing how you want to feel. Calm, clear, intentional. Loving organization isn't perfectionism. It's not OCD. It's not about impressing anyone. It's a survival strategy in a world that's often too loud, too fast, too unpredictable. You create order on the outside to feel order on the inside. You choose what stays and what goes. You build a space where you can breathe. It doesn't mean you're better or special. It means your nervous system is wired in a way that visual chaos isn't just background. It's a signal, and you've learned to respond to it. So if next time you feel lighter after tidying up, don't dismiss it. That's your body, mind, and emotions aligning. Peace isn't something you find. It's something you create, one small task at a time. If you recognized yourself in this, drop a comment about what organizing means to you. And don't forget to subscribe.